I'll never back down. I'll never back down. I'll never back down. I get up when I'm bleeding, barely breathing. I'll never back down.
This is the collision of common sense and comedy. This is Defenders Live.
I was 6 feet under.
So on Monday,
Sorry.
on Monday, 38 Iranian dissidents living under the despotic regime of Iran
Iran's a bad place.
wrote a letter to President Joe Biden imploring him to retain the sanctions President Trump had imposed on the Iranian regime, noting that the new political reality in Iran and the Middle East have provided the Iranian people with a historic opportunity to achieve a peaceful transition to secular democracy.
And it went something along the lines of, please, dear, for the love of God, grow a spine.
Don't do it.
Don't let it go.
Exactly. The bold regime-defying act follows reports that Iran's theocratic government murdered over 1,000 Iranians who protested against the tyrannical government in November of 2019. Reuters reported the following month. About 1,500 people were killed during less than 2 weeks of unrest that started on November 15th. The toll provided to Reuters by 3 Iranian Interior Ministry officials included at least 17 teenagers and about 400 women, as well as some members of the security forces and police.
I like how they call, 1,500 people died, but it was this time of unrest. Like, I'm sorry.
Unrest.
Yeah, when anybody dies, that's not unrest.
Mostly peaceful.
Yeah, and first off, when anybody dies, it's not unrest.
Right.
That is
it's
rest. That's the permanent of rests.
It is the resting, forever rest.
The resting nigh to wake again way it rests. But then you call it, like, when you have that many, that's not unrest. That is...
he's gonna be dead, son.
That's rioting. That's dangerous. That's,
He's no good.
Yes. And coming from Iran?
Come on, Iran.
We need to finish that one. Anyway, no, but seriously, when Iran gets a hold, when people in Iran get a hold of Biden, be like, please, for the love of God, don't let up your no. When the bad guys are telling you that you need to kind of keep a lid on them, you probably need to keep a lid on them. I'm just saying.
Right.
Iranian security forces may have killed more than 1,000 people since the protests over gas prices hikes began in mid-November.
Over gas prices?
I was saying that too. Isn't that weird?
It's so weird.
We've had a hike in gas prices.
And
Nobody's complaining right now, but
it's going to get bigger.
So far it's jumped 30, 40 cents.
Right, in the past month.
And no one said a word.
No, not yet.
Oh, but it's coming, pumpkin.
Nobody.
Yeah, and that was according to Reuters.
Yeah.
So there you go. Acknowledging themselves as the signatories of the coalition of committed for a secular, democratic constitution in Iran. Oh, dear God, it doesn't stop.
Wait. So no, hold on.
The CCSDCI.
The SCCSDI.
But the S isn't capitalized.
SDCI.
Yeah, but the signatories is not... It's not capital, so you don't count that. Unless
these are just the people of the CCSDCI.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's a lot.
It's a mouthful.
Right? The coalition of committed for a secular democratic constitution in Iran. You have to mentally say it in a cadence. Yeah, you have to come up with this predetermined cadence in your brain before you can read this out loud without screwing it up. Yeah, almost. The signers of the letter cite the Iranian regime obtaining substantial financial benefits after the implementation of the Iran nuclear deal and the regime's lost opportunities to, quote, implement meaningful welfare reforms for its people, to stop its malign behavior, and to pursue a policy of harmony, peaceful coexistence with the regional countries, end quote.
Oh, my.
So we're shocked
And appalled.
that the nation of Iran, the government of Iran, got a boatload of money
And a bunch of passes.
and didn't do anything with it.
And only filled their own pockets.
If you go back, hold on, scroll by.
No.
Right here. Okay.
Okay, right here.
To implement meaningful welfare reforms for its people. Now there's a comma there, but I'm going to stop as a period.
Right.
Didn't we just send Iran
A bunch of money.
several $1 billion for
A bunch of money.
female gender studies or some crap like that?
Something
Gender
stupid.
studies,
Gender
period.
study, yeah.
Wouldn't that count as a welfare reform program?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would.
So,
Yeah, gender studies.
So-
Which they didn't use it for gender studies, by the
yeah,
way.
but that's what I'm saying. Here it is, black and white, admitted that the money that we sent them
is not being used for
did
the
not
people.
go for that. And we said that from the beginning. We've
Not gonna
been
happen.
saying this from the beginning.
It only gets used to line the pockets of the people in the administrations.
Yes, you want to turn around, you want to send money to an ally because they ask for it in a helpful kind of a situation.
That's one thing.
That's one thing. To just voluntarily send billions of dollars to a country who hates our guts, by the way,
Yeah,
for gender studies.
because you can.
And then you're going to turn around and argue over, well, the $600 we gave you of the $2,000 was just a down payment. You're not getting another $2,000. You're only getting another $14 to make it a full $2,000.
And then you're also going to initiate the Iran nuclear deal again, which is basically going to kill all of us.
Everything. I'm just saying.
Because, well, let's put it this way. At least right now, we know for a fact, well, we have always known for a fact that they're building nuclear weapons.
Oh, yeah.
But if we have this deal put in place, then they'll be able to hide it better, which means they'll be able to make more under our noses without anybody paying attention. Let's not do that.
You shouldn't do that?
No, let's not do that.
That's what I'm saying. We shouldn't do that?
That's right. We shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
That is a no-go.
A bad idea?
Yeah, bad idea. You know, remember the time for another good idea, bad idea?
Yeah.
This is bad idea.
Negative goes right to the pattern is full?
That's correct.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. To send any money voluntarily to a nation that hates us,
Bad idea.
you would think is kind of stupid.
It's a waste, really.
That's kind of like you live in a neighborhood, and your neighborhood is not as bad as it used to be, but I'm going to use
Mine's not terrible.
No, but I'm going to use it as an example from the days when I remember when it was.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. This is like realizing that the crack house down the road is actually housed and ran by a rather violent gang.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you move into this house, you live in this house.
Sure, yeah.
And after a while, what you decide to do is take a third of your paycheck
Yeah.
and go down to said crack house with said violent gang.
Yeah, right.
And say, here, I'm going to give you money.
Right. Oh, and by the way, here's my address.
Yeah. So you can have new clothes or new bandanas or whatever you're going to do.
Yeah, you guys go get some new clothes and well, whatever you want to. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to tell you what to buy.
Yeah, you do what you want to do.
You do you, boo-boo.
I'm telling my wife that this is what it's for. This is for you guys to have groceries and whatever.
Whatnot. Yeah.
Y'all do what you want. And then turning around and leaving your back door unlocked.
How very white of you.
I know.
How very
I
white
didn't
of
say
you.
what color they were.
No, you.
Why me?
Not them, you.
Why me?
I'm just saying.
I am white.
Yes.
Nah.
That idea. Very white.
But it's very similar to that. It's finding somebody who you know is going to rob you or murder you or both. And
And you decide to just leave your back door
And be
open
like-
and just let them know that you've got a bunch of money.
yeah, here's the money. I'm going to keep giving you money.
Oh, and I'm not going to defend myself against you. in any way.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
Just letting you know.
Hey, friendly reminder.
My door's always open.
My back door specifically, always open. And I won't stop you.
Yeah. And what's going to happen is they'll gladly take the money for a while. They'll build up on their arsenal. And then one day they will just walk through your house. And even if you wanted to put up a fight at that point, you
couldn't do it.
I'm just saying, that's what that is. You don't hand over money that we don't have to spend, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember the exact dollar value, but it was in the billions.
Yeah, we don't have money to spend on this $2,000 a person.
Do you know what that billions could have went to? Like, seriously, and everybody makes this thing, well, if every rich person would have gave up their whole paycheck to everybody.
Shut up.
Forget that. If the government had taken all that money that they had sent to Iran for gender studies and given a portion of it to every person in the country,
it'd have been nice. We wouldn't have had to,
people wouldn't be complaining about only getting the $1,400 of the $2,000 they're supposed to have.
Well, they still would.
Well, no, they would, but my point is it's more than the $2,000.
Yeah, true.
I'm just saying.
It's true. And
it would help a lot more people out. It would make a bigger impact around here. The economy might actually start to tick back up again.
Right, maybe.
Considering stuff is still closed, I mean, people actually have money to go buy stuff now.
True.
Also
true. Yep.
I'm just saying, it bigger benefits here than over there because you spend it here, we grow even a little bit. You spend it over there, they build bigger weapons to kill us faster.
Yeah.
And more painful.
And we don't have the money to spend to build our defenses.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Weird.
It's not cool. It's just, that's what it is. I just don't.
Kevin Hutchins over on Twitter. You mean to say that Iran didn't use the billions we gave them for gender sensitivity training? But they promised.
I know.
Yes, I know.
I know.
It's such a shame.
I know. And you look at it and you're like, geez, you can't trust one killing, thieving, destroying theocratic government over another. You just can't trust them.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can't trust a theocratic government, what can you trust?
I mean, that makes the apartheid out.
I know, right?
You can't.
Theocratic dictatorships, man, I'll tell you what. It's crazy. You can't trust a single one of them.
Not a single thing.
For some reason, it's like it's corrupt from the inside.
Almost like it is, yeah.
It's like somehow or another they've corrupted their own religious beliefs and just turned it into a political system that they can, I don't know, torment the people around them with.
Yeah.
It's
weird. Who would think about that kind of thing, though? It's unspoken.
That's
unheard of.
I mean, it's not like we ever had the Inquisition.
Oh, that's true.
Right?
That's true. It was always called the Spanish
Inquisition.
So it never happened here.
Never happened here.
Not even a little bit.
The witch trials. That was never.
That was bigger in England than it was here.
Okay, that's true.
It never happened really here anyway. It was an isolated
true. Incident.
It was a peaceful gathering.
Right.
It was a little bit of unrest.
Technically, the Holocaust.
No. That was
technically the Holocaust.
No.
Yes. Because he used symbolism and systematic religion to push his belief.
No, I know all that. I was trying to think of a joke to spin on it, and I can't think of it right now.
No, not right now.
No. B from the SAV over Twitter. Bad year for @DOA show to give up the bell. Fun jokes always sneak in the back door. And that's
that's why we got rid of the bell.
That's why we got rid of it. Because
you still hear it.
We have spent the past 3 years ringing that bell when an innuendo hits. Now it's
going to hit your head every time.
This is Chekhov's dog.
Yeah.
This is exactly what this is. Isn't it Chekhov?
No.
What the hell's...
Chekhov is definitely not.
No, what was the dog? What was that? Not Chekhov. You're right. It's not Chekhov. What was the... Chekhov. I don't know why I thought Chekhov. See, I can't even think of Russian names.
Chekhov.
What was it? What am I thinking of? Anyway, the one with the bell and Pavlov. That's it. Chekhov. What the? Pavlov. That's what I meant. Pavlov's dog. So now every time y'all hear a joke like that, you hear the bell.
Right. And that's all that matters.
And that's what we've done. See, what we have done.
It's conditioning.
Unbeknownst to y'all, we've conditioned you.
To bell.
The best part is to find out stories where some jackwagon, somebody out there I know is
yelling out, screaming.
No. I'm going to take you a step further.
Oh, yeah?
Somebody somewhere listening to our show has a bell.
And they're ringing it?
And every time they ring the bell instinctively.
Oh, man.
It's like, I got you guys, ding.
I got it.
Ding. Telling you, that's what it is. That's what it is.
That's why we do this.
You're welcome.
It's your fault.
Oh, I'm sorry. The headline here makes me giggle.
Yeah, a little bit, but let's move down.
I know we're going to, because the quote is good. So we all know that President Joe Biden has been just signing up a storm, just scribbling away. Yes, I know. Chekhov is I just Star Trek. I know. Thank you, B. I appreciate it. B from the SAV. Chekhov is
Peekapool. It's not Chekhov's dog. It's Mr. Spock.
Still Star Trek. Okay.
Love you guys so much.
Make one mistake and the damn bottom falls out. Anyway,
Luke, this is your dog.
I'm about to try to do the John Picard doing talk, Mr. Wolf. Anyway, so Biden. Yeah. Shut up, Wesley. Anyway, President Joe Biden has been scribbling a lot. Like first couple
of
days.
scribbles?
Do you know how many pens he went through?
I thought that was all printed.
No, well, okay.
Because nobody can read his handwriting anyway.
No, you can't. But I did watch him do this stuff. Do you know that for every single one of them, he uses a brand new pen?
Yep. Well, they all do.
Yeah, no, I didn't realize that.
This
I
is
never
the pen I signed this one with. Put it away. This is the pen I signed this one with. Put it away. This is the
Tell me there's not a thing called waste in the government.
Oh, yeah.
Right there alone. And this is not like your common Bic pen.
And then they give them away.
Yeah.
They give them away like it's a trophy.
These are expensive.
Incredibly.
Fountain pens. Very expensive fountain pens. Like we're talking $200 a piece, I would bet.
This pen signed this bill. Here you go.
Yeah. And he just takes it up, scribble, puts the cap back on, sets it down, gets another one, moves it. And he had a stack. When he did it, he looked like it was, he was working in some office and it was the end of the month and he was doing the final month tally.
TPS reports, man.
Yes. And he just pushed one down, scribble, a new pen. So he has been writing up a storm, especially, like I said, the first couple days. I think he's at, 47 now?
Oh,
executive orders? 50, somewhere around there?
I got to relook. I got to look it up.
It's up there. But anyway, he has been scribbling up a storm, trying to, get rid of the things. The bad, not anything having to do with Trump. Let's just put it that way. Anything that has to do with Trump, anything Trump has touched, he has gone out of his way to make sure he has made an executive order to wipe it away.
Right.
No matter what it was.
Take it away.
No matter whether it was Trump's actual doing, whether it was stuff done under Trump's, administration during, through Congress, whatever.
Yep.
Thou shalt not have Trump here. So, President Joe Biden made a point on Tuesday to defend the breakneck flurry of executive orders as he churned out since taking office nearly 2 weeks ago, asserting, quote, "I'm not making new law. I'm eliminating bad policy." And all I hear when I see that quote, "I'm not making a new law. I'm eliminating bad policy." Isn't that Panic at the Discos? Isn't there a song? What is it? I make something about. I had a joke in my
44
head.
so far. 44 so far.
44.
I write songs, not tragedy.
That's it. I write songs, not tragedies. That's what I.
Yeah.
That's what I hear.
Sorry, I was counting.
Yeah, and I had the joke in my head before we even started. I had it lined up, and
you were not there.
I've not had enough APR coffee tonight.
Drink
That's
some.
What it is.
Drink, This is the Oregon Trail.
It is so good.
You will never die of dysentery on this trail.
No, which is weird because you always die of dysentery on the Oregon Trail otherwise, no matter what.
I know, you could get there.
I don't think anybody's ever made it to California because you've made it to California. You've died of dysentery.
Every time.
Every time.
Every time.
Quote, I want to make it clear. There's a lot of talk with good reason about the number of executive orders that I have signed. I'm not making new law. I'm eliminating bad policy.
Okay, can I ask a question?
I don't write songs. I write tragedies.
Right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 just on the coronavirus in a day.
Wow.
In one full day.
In 24 hours.
In a full 24-hour swing, 14 executive orders.
Wow.
To accelerate the
there's
manufacturing
a
and
lot
delivery of
of-
supplies, to
Wow.
direct FEMA, to establish pandemic
Hold on,
testing
hold on, hold
board.
on. Don't go into these too more. You know what? I think we're going to call it audible. I think we're going to go through these later.
You want to?
Yeah, because
All of
there's a
them?
couple of them. Like some of them we can all breeze through. Like they're just overlap of overlap of overlap.
Yeah, right.
But there's a couple of them that I just saw.
Mm-hmm.
Like the restoring the collective bargaining for
Yeah.
unions and workers so they can turn around and lay the foundation for the $15 an hour minimum
Yeah,
wage.
obviously, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we need to go through these just so y'all are fully aware.
What has actually been signed?
Because
he keeps on telling you like he's not writing songs.
he's writing tragedies.
And so we got to make sure that you understand what tragedy is.
And the other side of it is we keep hearing, oh yeah, no, he's wrote this many. Oh, he's wrote this many. And all we're hearing is, hey, this is what he's done to block or get rid of Trump. We don't know, but you're not hearing all of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just saying. Anyway,
Uh-huh.
so he wants to make it clear he's writing songs, not tragedies. I mean, he's not making law, he's eliminating bad policy.
Yes, right.
Continue on, quote, what I'm doing is taking on issues that 99% of them that the president, the last president of the United States, issued executive orders I thought were very counterproductive to our security, are counterproductive to who we are as a country. I don't know why I'm doing it in a weird
I don't
thing.
know either.
It's funny to me.
It's whatever.
Particularly in the area of immigration.
Mm-hmm.
Keep that open because I got a funny feeling we're going to note that.
Yep.
This is about how America is safer, stronger, more prosperous when we have a fair, orderly, and humane legal immigration system. Anything?
No.
Not nothing. Oh, end quote. There, that's it. We're done.
No, we're good.
I'm pretty sure
We're fine here.
Just so we're clear on this,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
based off of laws and everything else, however flawed and corrupt the current immigration system might be,
Right.
unless I am mistaken, it is very humane.
Mm.
And by all accounts, it's legal because they're all laws.
They're actual laws.
They're actual laws.
So they're legal.
That's what makes them legal.
It's funny how that works.
Damn this little thing.
It actually not only is it legal because it's been written into law,
Yeah.
but it's been written into law and it doesn't violate the Constitution,
Yeah.
which means it's doubly legal.
Yeah. Super duper mega legal.
Mega, because there is legal and then there's actually legal.
Yeah. And then mega super Doppler, holy crap.
Legal.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, again, we can argue of how corrupt it might be, how difficult it is to go through, how insane the cost of it is. That's a different conversation. Humane legal immigration system. They're not dragging people through here by like their lower intestine. You know what I mean? They're not dragging them across the border against their will. People who end up here, legally or otherwise, want to be here for one reason or another.
Yes.
Okay?
Uh-huh.
We're not dragging. This is not going back to the slave days where they used to bring people against their will over on a ship. It's not happening. So this whole, we need a humane and legal immigration system. Really?
We have one.
We have one.
It's actually pretty good if you leave it alone.
Yeah. Now, we can start arguing about it's the cost, the corruption. We can go through all of that.
Sure.
And they're all legal points,
Right.
you know?
They're all viable legal points.
But that's where the problem's at. Not the fact that, oh, it's not fair. It's not fair to remind me that I've already wrote this type of law before. There's 200 or so thousand more laws that I'm going for.
It's gonna be. We should do this.
We need to
get
cut an
go ahead,
album or
dude. Yeah,
something.
it's gonna have to happen.
Something somewhere. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Disembodied voices.
We're gonna have to come up with a tone or something to play for that.
What? Disembodied
Yeah.
voices. Yeah, something like that.
Disembodied voices. Do, 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 do.
With Dylan and Steve.
Hi guys, welcome in.
Disembodied voices with Dylan and Steve. It's for your commercial breaks. You can hear us, but you can't see us.
Kevin Hutchins, must you keep stroking that bell, jack off?
Yes.
I see what you did there.
Schromdinger's cat.
I had that brain fart. I had the joke. I had it
I
all
know
there.
you had it there, man. It was so close.
And I don't know where I got.
It was on the tip of your tongue.
I don't know why I went to Chekhov, but whatever.
Oh gosh.
I don't know.
Wow, there's a bunch of Paige, Dylan and Steve harmonize so well together.
We're not even trying.
It's an observation. Thanks.
Oh. It's years of practice.
That's right.
It's been so long.
Dylan is nuts. No, we're all nuts.
I didn't know you, Johnson, over on Twitter. I've been trying to give up all the innuendo, but I find it hard to keep it up.
Oh.
Hey-o. I actually meant to do rim shot, but that's fine. That's too late now. You can't do it now.
We're on a commercial break, whatever. Disembodied Voices needs their own promo. I agree. Somebody get on that for us.
We'll work on something.
We'll do something there.
Try and come up with something.
Right. Anyway, we're coming back here for a second.
This is Defenders Live.
Oh, Pig Pool, Starkey Jackal over on Twitter. Got Stephen Arian at Real Dylan Lyles at DOA Show. Hashtag arm yourselves. Chekhov's dog can be found on a nuclear vessel. Wessel.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Me and my big mouth. Stealth Jackal on the edge. Hashtag arm yourselves. The disembodied voices need their own promo.
I agree.
We're working on that.
Yeah, we're going to get that done.
We're working on that.
Mm-hmm, that'll get done for sure.
We'll get done soon.
Yep,
Anyway,
yep.
So let's go over those executive orders.
Okay, let's talk about it.
Since we've mentioned them.
Yeah, and we're going to start at the very beginning.
The very
January
beginning.
The first one signed.
The moment his ass touched the seat
and his hands
in
grabbed
the
that
Oval
pen.
Office.
There's nobody who can write as many executive orders as quickly as Joe Biden.
Which is not really impressive considering the man can barely speak.
Right.
Or know where he's at half the time.
Or sign his name.
Uh-huh. It probably wasn't his real name. It probably wasn't his name. Yeah, as long as it's just scribbled with his hand, they don't care. He could have wrote Daffy Duck, and
he could have just done an X and been fine.
Yeah, it would have. It worked everywhere else.
Mickey Mouse.
Donald Duck.
Mickey Mouse. Anyway, so the first one was just on regulation. Okay, as topic regulation. All right?
Okay.
All right.
So the very first one.
It's a reversal.
Of course it is.
Most of these, it's a regulation reversals.
Most of these have been said from the beginning that these are just ways to expunge, to expel anything that Trump looked at, breathed air around, signed off on, anything.
Yep. This directs the OMB director to develop recommendations to modernize regulatory review and undoes Trump's regulatory approval process. So basically what it does is it makes it so all of the offices under the executive branch can go back to making their own laws that don't have to get passed by Congress, that we still have to follow.
So no checks and balances,
No, yeah, exactly. So any executive branch that just wants to make a ruling
can say
this is now a new thing and we have to follow it. That's kind of what that is. That's that sort of thing. Also on the 20th, ethics. This is in addition, not a reversal. Requires executive branch appointees to sign an ethics pledge, barring them from acting in personal interest and requiring them to uphold the independence of the Department of Justice. Absolutely useless.
I was gonna say, so he signed
a
piece of paper requiring people to sign a piece of paper. Okay, just wanted to make sure that. And again, the whole ethics pledge,
which as a judge, you're supposed to have that pledge anyway.
Well, but I
uphold the Constitution, not
I find
your own personal ethics.
You're right.
The Constitution.
Yeah, and I find it ironic that it follows up underneath as some way to try and keep them in check,
right?
By releasing all of those executive branches to be able to write up any law that they want to.
Uphold the independence of the Department of Justice.
Yeah, hey guys, you can do whatever you want to, but sign this paper saying that you're not going to be doing it with ill intentions.
Right.
Basically is what that was. Okay, no.
Sure.
Good way for him to cover his ass.
Right, yeah.
That's awesome.
Also on the 20th, immigration.
Here we go.
This
There's
is
one.
new. This is a new.
No, but I'm saying we're counting. Immigration is one.
This is an add-on.
Okay.
It's not a reversal.
Extend
Deferral of deportations and work authorizations for Liberians with a safe haven in the United States until January 30th, 2022.
Now, wasn't he just talking about needing to have safe immigration?
Safe haven. Yeah. Safe. Yeah.
And you know, humane.
Humane, yeah. Safe.
And in that original...
It's Liberia.
Yeah, but the original thing was signed under Trump.
Yeah.
So he actually let something of
the
Trump's...
deferral of deportations for the Liberians. Yeah. January 20th as well. Also immigration. This one is a reversal.
Okay.
Is a reversal.
Okay.
So the next three are going to all be reversals, all on immigration. Okay. So I'm adding them in.
Okay.
Okay. The first one. Halts construction of the border wall by terminating the national emergency declaration used to fund it.
Yeah. So, and what is it? Where does that money go?
It's already been used.
Oh. But the wall's built.
No.
So you just put a bunch of people out of work.
Yeah.
And basically...
But the money's vanished.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it went to the contractors who therefore went to... pay this stuff and, paid by jobs and POs and all that jazz.
Right.
So basically the money has been spent and the American people have seen nothing in return.
Mm-hmm. Another executive order undoes Trump's expansion of immigration enforcement within the United States. Shrinks the police, basically.
Good for him.
Right. Yeah.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Okay.
That's four.
The next one reverses Trump administration's restriction on U.S. entries for passport holders from 7 Muslim majority countries. By the way, it wasn't just 7 Muslim majority countries.
Oh, it wasn't.
No. Mm-hmm. There was more than just Muslim countries.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Oh.
It didn't have anything really to do with Muslims at all. And you know what? He proved it in court, and that's why it stood.
But not anymore because he just
undid it.
He just undid it.
Right, because it was an executive order and he couldn't get it passed through Congress. This is why executive orders are stupid. Mm-hmm. Anyway, last immigration policy. Mm-hmm. On the same day.
For now, yeah.
So this is all on January 20th.
So it's what, 5?
Yeah.
6.
5 immigration. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
This one is not a reversal. It's an add-on.
Okay.
It fortifies DACA after Trump's efforts to undo protections for undocumented people brought into the country as children. Those people are 30 now. DACA kids are like 25 to 32.
Give or take.
They're not kids. They're adults.
Here's the fun part about it. So you read that. It fortifies DACA after Trump's efforts to undo protections.
Which means he didn't actually achieve.
And why didn't he actually achieve it?
Because he tried to pass it through law.
You mean the right way?
Yeah.
You mean unlike what he's doing right here with the executive order? Oh, okay.
Yeah, he tried to pass it through law.
Weird.
Because he knew that if he did an executive order, it would have been canceled.
Weird.
Right.
Huh. Yeah. Okay. Well, so 5 immigrations so far.
Yeah. Okay. Then we have the census.
Oh, good.
The census.
Oh, good.
This is on the census, also the same day, January 20th. This is still January 20th.
He was busy.
A lot of stuff. This is a reversal.
Okay.
Okay. This new executive order requires non-citizens to include in the census an apportionment of congressional representatives.
So basically, if you're a non-citizen, and we're not even talking about illegal.
Yeah.
You could be here legally.
Yeah.
But they're going to
Non-citizens
count you now as part of the census.
Right, so that they can then add you to additional, so that they can then say, well, you can now have more congressional seats because you have more people, not citizens, more people in your district.
Guess who that benefits? Let's see.
Democrats.
Chicago.
All Democrats.
New York.
All Democrats.
A lie. Yeah.
All Democrats.
Wow.
All
Washington,
Democratic.
DC.
All Democratic locations.
Basically, it benefits all of the sanctuary cities.
Oh yeah.
Weird.
Every sanctuary city.
Huh.
Yeah.
Isn't that a coinky dink?
Crazy how that works.
Huh.
He also signed another one. It's equity.
Oh, good.
On equity.
Good. Okay.
Yep.
So this is going to be something new.
Yeah, brand new.
Okay.
On equity.
All right. Here we go.
Brand new.
Lay it on me.
January 20th, equity.
Okay.
Brand new.
Lay it on me.
Prevents workplace discrimination on the bias of sexual orientation or gender identity.
I'm sorry. You said it prevents workplace discrimination on the basis of sexual orientation
Yeah,
or gender
it's an executive order that does it, so it's law. Obviously, it's law.
So it's a funny thing that you mentioned that because
Obvious law.
we work most people who work have like their break room or it's in their bathroom or someplace it's easily accessible for all employees,
visible for all people.
There's a sign for the EOE.
Oh yeah. Equal opportunity
employer thing. Yeah. And usually it's state specific, but still, and every one of them at some section somewhere
sexual blah blah blah
says that
whatever.
they're protected from discrimination from race, gender, sexual orientation, gender identity, religion. This laundry list of
since Obama, it's been that way.
Yeah, it's been there. So he needed to write
an executive order just to write it.
Okay.
Just to have another one. Also on the 20th, also equity.
Oh, good.
And this is a reversal.
Of course it is.
Okay. It rescinds the Trump administration's 1776 commission directing agencies to review their actions to ensure racial equity.
Hold on. So, again, just so we're clear, President Joe Biden.
Yeah.
The man who is with the Democratic Party, who is all about inclusion, who is all about taking care of the minorities, the disparaged communities.
Right.
He's given them. He's basically undoing.
Well, it directs agencies to review their actions to ensure racial equality.
I was reading that wrong.
Equity.
I'm sorry.
Equity.
I was saying that
equity.
that it was Trump's administration, the commission, the 1776 commission, which directs agencies to review their actions to ensure.
Sure. Right. Well, 1776 commission, individuality basically was the deal.
See, that's what I thought it was supposed to be, but then it went into the other stuff, and I thought, you know. Also, so basically, it's quota stuff. Now you have to have so many black people, regardless of whether or not they're actually the best person for said job.
Right. Also on the 20th, he signed 2 environmental ones that were reversals. One was canceling the Keystone Pipeline, and the other one was rejoining the Paris Climate Accords.
Oh, okay. So
within 30 days.
Keystone again, just like the wall.
Yeah.
Money spent, jobs lost,
done,
and America gets basically raped by a cactus.
Pretty much.
Outstanding.
Yes.
Moving on.
Also on the 20th, two in the economy, brand new.
Okay.
Not reversals.
Outstanding.
Brand new executive
Here
orders.
we go. I'm excited.
Extends the existing pause on student loan payments and interest for Americans with federal student loans until at least September 30th.
Am I the only one who thinks that this is eventually they're just going to get to a point and they're going to just
cancel it all?
It's just going to go away.
Yeah, and then they're going to instead of making everything, they're going to make everything public. So it's all going to be free universities, and it's all going to be public universities. There will be no private universities ever again.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how that's going to go. The other one was to extend the existing nationwide moratorium on evictions and foreclosures until the 31st of March.
Okay, so this is basically
You can't kick people out because they don't have jobs.
because they're
It's
the ones
cold.
that shut the
You
country
shut
down.
you shut the country down, and now you are basically saying that I don't care if those other people, if the landlords aren't getting their money, and so they can live.
Yeah. Who cares?
Yeah, who cares if the landlords
Everyone
can live?
stays there.
Yeah, so that's just what it is.
Okay.
Also on the 20th,
Okay.
we got 3 Corona bills on the 20th.
Okay.
Okay.
Lay it on me.
All right. The first one, brand new.
Mm-hmm.
It creates the position of COVID-19 response coordinator.
A coordinator.
A coordinator
As in somebody who...
coordinates.
Oh.
Yeah. Reporting directly to Joe Biden
Oh, no.
and managing efforts to produce and distribute vaccines and medical equipment, which isn't the government's job.
Oh, no.
Uh-huh.
That's
That is a touch on grabbing healthcare once again.
I was gonna say that's a first step to universal healthcare.
Yeah, well, it's the war on the pandemic.
Yeah, because you've got to take a hold of this pandemic because
Right.
nobody else is doing it properly. The government has to step in.
Correct.
And you have to give up your rights in every way.
Uh-huh.
And we're doing this for your safety. So we're going to make sure that we have a guy who answers to only.
I got a guy.
Well, apparently old Biden does too. He's
you
got
go.
a guy.
He's got a guy.
Who's going to be his only guy that responds directly to him and deals only with him. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He then had a reversal that he signed, which stops the United States withdrawal from the WHO, and also installs Anthony Fauci to become the new head of delegation to the WHO.
How do you get a guy to be a head delegator when he can't decide what position he's part of?
That's a great question.
Because the guy flip-flops so many times over the whole thing
That's
with
probably
masks and no masks. And
That's
it's
probably
okay.
how you choose a delegator, because the guy literally has no qualms of changing his position at all times. So he's the best person to put in every situation.
True, but then when he goes in to talk to the rest of the WHO and he's sitting there, what is he going to go in there with a bunch of D&D dice? And
Yeah, just roll it.
he's going to roll a D20 and be like, I'm sorry, but your constitution wasn't high enough for you to ask that question?
That's basically it.
Oh, okay.
Your attack dice sucks. So.
Yeah.
I've got a DC 25.
Yeah.
And nope, you don't win. Go again. Let's roll again. All right.
D8 plus 4 or some shit like that.
I've got a D20 plus 36.
turns around. But Mr. Fauci, but you said the masks were not normal. You didn't have to wear them before. Why are you flip-flopping?
Excuse me, sir. Can you roll a D20 real quick?
What's your constitution?
Oh,
No, that would be straight up a wisdom roll.
Wisdom.
That's
yeah.
a wisdom roll.
What's your wisdom?
Or an intelligent
Yeah.
roll.
Yeah. What's your wisdom? No, it's definitely wisdom at that
Is
point.
it?
Yeah, it's definitely wisdom. What's your wisdom?
Roll it.
Roll a wisdom check, everybody.
Give me 2 D6s. Take the lower of the 2.
That's right. Also,
God, we're nerds.
I know.
Anyway.
God. He also added another coronavirus executive order saying that he was going to launch the 100-day masking challenge, asking Americans to wear masks for 100 days, requiring masks and physical distancing in federal buildings, on federal lands, and by government contractors, and urges states and local governments to do the same. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That was all. Okay. All of that was on the first day.
That's a lot.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of those were reversals, and they really weren't really reversals. They were just, the president said that he wasn't going to do I'm not calling the climate. There's no reason to do an executive order for the Paris Climate Accords. And there wasn't needed for an executive order on the Keystone Pipeline either. He could have just said, we're no longer doing it. He could have done that.
I mean, he could have. But again, why would you want to join the Paris Climate Accord when no one else is there?
Right. Not even Paris is there anymore.
No. So that's like walking into it going, hey, guys. And all you hear is crickets. He's trying to bring back.
Hello, anybody? Anybody here?
I'm here. Will you guys come over and hang out with me?
Right.
Yeah. And by the way, good luck with that 100-day masking challenge.
Not going to happen.
Because I'm not I'm going to make it as difficult as humanly possible. After reading that particular one,
It makes you want to go to work without a mask.
not just that. No. I'm going to take you a step further. The whole social distancing and wearing masks in federal buildings and on federal land and blah, 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 blah. I had a sudden urge to go streaking.
At the National Mall? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
It would have been good. I'm not going there, but
I'm not either, but it's right now it's too damn cold. But
That's what I'm saying. That's why I wouldn't go there.
like part of me is just like, screw you, dude.
All right.
I'm completely unmasked.
7, 8, 9,
Uh-huh.
10, 11. Okay. These next 11 are all on the 21st and all about the coronavirus.
I don't understand why you would need that.
11 new executive orders.
Okay.
All about.
And they're all new.
all new.
All new.
Brand new.
Even though they're all over one topic.
Not reversals, all brand spanking new.
Okay.
11 executive orders about the same topic. The first one, a presidential directive to restore America's leadership, support the international pandemic response effort, and promote resilience for future threats, and advance global health securities and global health security agendas.
What?
Literally, that tells me right there it's a presidential directive saying that it's an executive order to allow administrations under the executive branch to basically do whatever trades they want internationally, as long as they put it under the code of coronavirus or health.
Wow. Again, just another way to slowly grab a hold of
More
universal health care.
Yeah, universal healthcare,
yeah.
The next one creates a COVID-19 health equity task force to ensure an equitable pandemic response and recovery.
Okay. And the story wasn't brought up. It's not in our thingy.
Yeah, right.
But I saw a story earlier today about how they're, and I can't remember what it was. I believe it was in California.
Yep.
How they're issuing out the Wu-Tang Clap virus or vaccines.
Yeah.
Right. They are intentionally picking public school teachers over private.
Yep.
Is that equity?
No.
But he signed it saying
Equitable. Yeah.
Equity.
Equitable. Yeah.
Making
Well,
it
I mean,
fair.
it's equitable for the left.
Oh.
That's equitable for the left because those public school teachers are going to see more students. And
Because
so,
they're part of the unions too.
Right.
So and that's what
Yeah.
bought
Yeah.
Biden's thing.
Ex-
Oh, okay.
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for clearing that up.
Yeah,
I
just
was a little confused.
They have more students in their class per the private kids.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so they
Gotcha.
need it more and they need it faster.
right.
Right.
Okay.
The next one requires mask wearing in airports. Already a thing. On certain modes of transportation. Already a thing, including trains, airplanes, maritime vessels, intercity buses. International travel must provide proof of negative COVID test results to come to America. All these things are already part of a daily life right now.
And but now that the government has taken over the airports, the trains and airplanes and
It's already a thing.
No, and I got that, but this just solidifies and proves the fact that the government is taking over.
You just
travel
did an executive order
of any kind,
repeating laws that are already on the books.
Oh, I know, but the government isn't supposed to control airports.
I know.
That's a private thing.
It's a private thing.
But not anymore.
Now they're controlling.
Because if they can control
the airports, they can control your travel, they can control all the rest of it. Yeah.
Ding.
All right. So the next one calls for Occupational Safety and Health Administration to release clear guidance on COVID-19, decide whether to establish emergency temporary standards, and direct OSHA to enforce worker health and safety requirements.
So now OSHA is responsible for COVID?
Yes.
Oh my God. I hated those stupid meetings.
I know.
Oh, Lord,
I know.
have mercy.
I know. Okay, here you go. Directs the Department of Education and Health and Human Services to provide guidance for safely reopening and operating schools. That's not a federal job.
It is now. If you notice, there's a running theme through all this, especially through the corona stuff. It's the government taking control and
Federal
issuing up
government,
other departments under the executive to be able to take control
Yep. Of more.
of more.
More.
Wow.
More.
Wow.
And yes, Paige, I am trying to intentionally piss you off because we're going over all of this.
Yeah, like breaks
All
coming
of
up
that.
here directly. We're going to finish up on the other half. Like we're
Oh, no. I'm going to try and finish this before the
you
break.
better hurry.
I know. Okay, the next one, coronavirus as well, directs FEMA to create federally supported community vaccination centers.
Not their job.
Nope. Enhances, the next one enhances national collection of production, sharing, and analysis of coronavirus data. Okay. But that's already supposed to happen.
Yeah, that you would think that would happen anyway.
That's supposed to happen anyway. You don't need the federal government to tell us to share the viral information so that we can establish a better cure.
Yeah, because if you didn't lie about everything and people were convinced that it was actually as serious a situation as
They
you've
would
lied
treat
about
it as seriously.
They would voluntarily share it with each other to
Which
try
they
and put a stem in.
have, by the way. That's
Yeah.
why we have 4 different companies that have quote-unquote vaccines. January also, okay, establishes a preclinical program to boost developments of therapeutics in response to the pandemic. That's, okay.
Again, a
Sure.
little redundant and a little
You
bit
don't-
pointless, but okay.
More government reach.
That's all it is.
Establishes a pandemic testing board to expand U.S. coronavirus testing capacity.
Hold on. I thought that, but where does the Health and Human Services kick in on this?
This is a different board above them.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's
So the Health and Human Services reports to the Pandemic
Wow.
Testing Board, or they're commingling.
ooh.
They're co-equal branches.
Bound chicka wow wow.
I know, right?
Uh-huh.
Just think of the babies coming out of that
Ugh,
thing.
I'd rather not.
Directs the next one directs FEMA to expand reimbursements to states to fully cover the costs of the National Guard personnel and emergency supplies. What emergency supplies?
What? Hold on.
What emergency
For what?
supplies? What emergencies for the coronavirus?
But hold on.
Coronavirus emergency supplies
But for what?
for the coronavirus.
The states are already responsible for paying for the National Guard.
No.
Their own
It-
individual stuff.
No. This is fully FEMA is going to pay for it.
No, FEMA is not paying for it.
It
We
is.
are.
No. Direct FEMA is paying for it.
Where
That's
does-
what it says.
where does
It's-
FEMA get
It's
the
what
money?
I'm just reading the.
I
executive.
know.
Stop arguing. The next one accelerates manufacturing and delivering of supplies for vaccines, testing, and personal protective equipment.
Yes, because again, going back to the situation before, everybody's that doesn't want to take this thing seriously. So we're going to just drag our feet and take our time. And it takes the government to come in and force people to move faster because they like watching people, quote unquote, die.
Those were all signed on the same day. January 22nd. The economy, brand new. Okay.
Okay.
Calls for assistance to those who are struggling to buy food, missed out on the stimulus checks, or are unemployed.
You mean like
SNAP.
or unemployment, the unemployment checks,
Right.
or any other various programs that
7,000
every state
programs.
has. Yeah. Oh.
Also on the 22nd, the economy, and it is a reversal,
Okay.
restores collective bargaining power
Oh, good.
and workers' protections for federal workers.
Well, what about
These-
the rest of us?
No.
Oh.
For federal workers, because, federal unions are useless and lays the foundations for a $15 minimum wage,
Actually-
which, by the way, federal workers get paid more than $15 an hour anyway.
Yeah.
Minimum wage for federal workers is like 18.
And by the way, federal unions are all unions. All unions
All
are
unions are
useless.
trash, yeah.
Oh, they're all useless at this
Yeah.
point. But anyway.
On the 25th,
Oh, good.
equity.
He waited 3 whole days to start signing again. His arm was tired.
He's tired. He had to sleep.
He was all tuckered out.
He needed a nap. A little nappy nap, a little Joe nap. Anyway, on the 25th, he had equity.
Okay.
And it was a reversal. He reversed the Trump's administration's ban on transgenders joining the military, which actually is a terrible thing for the mental health of transgendered folks, because especially if they're still on the drugs and the hormones,
Yeah.
they're going to have problems.
There's a myriad of reasons why they're like, we'll go into all that another time.
Later. January 25th, also coronavirus. Another one, this one is a reversal. It reinstates COVID-19 travel restrictions for individuals traveling to the United States from Schengen area? Schengen?
The Schengen?
From the UK, Ireland, and South Africa.
Okay. Whoop-de-doo.
Whoop-de-doo. Dang it, we will have to cover it.
I told you, he has been busy. What are we?
I'm only halfway through.
Yeah, we're halfway, guys.
I'm only halfway. Dang it, I was going fast too.
This is incredible, the stuff that goes on.
This doesn't make me happy. We have other stories.
Well, I mean, we could let it go and we could just post all this.
No, we're going to finish it.
You want to finish this?
Yes.
You know,
I'm
it's
committed.
It's not good to push this over
I'm
a
committed.
whole hour break.
I'm committed.
All right.
We're going to push it to the next hour.
Well, then good thing that we're, supported by AmericanPrideRoasters.com.
That's right, because we do need it.
We do need it. AmericanPrideRoasters.com is where you get historically great coffee. Go to AmericanPrideRoasters.com. Check out all the flavored and regular,
everything.
Dark, light, medium roasts, chocolates, teas.
White chocolate caramels.
It's so good. Historically great coffee. You will not be upset. Promise you that. AmericanPrideRoasters.com. Go to Mojo50.com. Check out everything going on over there because those guys are so suckers. They let us stay on here for 2 hours every night.
I know.
We'll be back in a little bit. Don't go nowhere. Drinking the Lord helps too.
You know what? I still need to get that bottle. My head hurts now reading that.
Know.
Jeez.
I know.
Do you need more?
I will drink more, but I also brought extra from the house in case you didn't.
I did actually make a full. That's funny. Oh, that's not right. That's what one might call morbid. There once was a man from Nantucket. Here, thank you. Who took a piss in a bucket.
He bent down too low, and the next thing you know, his ass was covered in shite.
Oops. No. That's not happening.
There's a lot of
Somebody has a creepy fetish, and that's not
look, and it's like all over the bathroom.
Yeah, that's no, that's not cool. We're not doing that.
Is it bad? I'm not. It's not the creepiness of all the doll parts that bugs me.
Yeah.
I'm imagining trying to open drawers with that big of a.
Yeah, and
there's no way to hook your fingers like some of them do or something.
And so you slip.
Yeah.
But you're grabbing a toy head.
Yeah.
It's not cool.
Or arms.
Or arms. Yeah, you're grabbing an arm to open up a drawer.
Or leg or whatever. That part doesn't bother me.
My kid apparently likes it.
Yeah, well.
My kid's weird. No, it's my kid. I can't say much. That's what it is.
Yeah. Doobie-doobie-doop-boop-boo-doo-boo.
I have more coffee.
Good.
This is good.
This is good. We're ready. Because we're, like I said, half done.
Jeez, dude.
I know, and it gets again. The further you go down that list, the more painful it gets because you're like, "Holy smokes!"
Why do they need to be involved?
It's either the common overlapping theme. It is either redundant to the nth degree,
incredible overreach.
That's the only two options there. There's not one single thing that we have come across that is actually like a good idea. That's like, that benefits everyone, including your greedy, corruptive ass. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
It doesn't. I don't know.
No, none of these things.
There's nothing good in there.
None of these things is just like the other. All of these things are just like the other. Jeez. Man.
I know. But the upside to it is now we have a full 30 minutes that we can take our time and just be like,
run through the last bit.
Hey.
Because I was pushing.
I know. And there were some of them I wanted to
I was pushing
take apart a little bit, but
jeez.
No, that's cool. Now we can take our time for the next.
I was trying so hard, man.
I know.
I was trying so hard.
It's okay.
Okay.
It's all right.
All right, we're coming back.
I'll never back down. I'll never back down. I'll never back down. I get up when I'm bleeding, ready, breathing. I'll never back down.
This is the collision of common sense and comedy. This is Defenders Live.
Well, if you missed the first or the last half of the first hour. See, that's what this has done to us.
If you missed the bottom of the last hour.
That's what this has done, is completely just befuddled all of us.
Jeez.
If you missed the last half of the last hour,
yeah,
you need to go back, listen to go to the archives at doaeshow.com. Mm-hmm. Go check it out on Spotify or iHeartRadio, Spreaker, SoundCloud, all those places. Check it out. Listen to the podcast again. The number of executive orders that we've went through so far,
it's about half.
We're a little over half.
It took 30 minutes.
Yeah, and just so we're clear, the takeaway from all of this so far, and I'm pretty much going to go on a limb and call it now that it's for the entire stretch of these
for the last
executive orders that President Biden has signed into since
into
his
order.
butt hit the seat in the Oval Office on the 21st. Okay? We're going through each
20th.
one. I'm sorry, 20th. You're right. Since he sat down in that chair in the Oval Office on the 20th, he has been signing like a madman. And
he only had half a day the first day.
And he got a lot. But we're going through each one of these because all you hear, depending on what you're talking to, is, this is just stuff that he's gotten and taken over and has expunged and gotten rid of Trump on.
That's exactly what...
We haven't talked about anything else.
My family said that. I was like, do you understand how many executive orders this guy signed?
Yeah.
The response back immediately was, well, it was just getting rid of Trump's executive orders. No, it hasn't.
They're not all that way. Again, the overlapping theme for all of these, and again, I'm calling it now, is either redundancy, which is what government as a whole, doesn't matter who's in office, doesn't matter what party's in office, is redundancy. Yep. It's just writing another law on top of another law that's already written to just kind of, I guess, is their way of solidifying that they have control, or it is extending government overreach.
Right. And by the way, this list is on CNN.
Yeah.
This is from CNN.
One of the few times CNN does it right.
They actually, because they can easily list things.
Yeah.
They're good at listing.
Yeah.
They're almost like the WAPO.
Yeah.
With the listicles.
For all intents and purposes, CNN is in the middle. The problem with it is, instead of it being a straight line, they weave and wob depending on who's in office and what's going on and blah, blah, blah.
It's pretty bad. I mean, this is...
And they do lean more left, but they're still...
Much further left. But
still the most center you're going to find.
Yeah, it is the Communist News Network. But
it is.
That being said, I mean, you're going to get what you get. So.
But anyway, so we have got still a lot more to go through. So continuing on.
January 25th, the last one.
On the 25th. Okay.
On the 25th.
How many did he do on the 25th again? Real fast.
Not that many.
Looks like 3. He did 3.
4. Yeah, 3. You're right. 3 on the 25th. And the 21st was the big. 21st and the 20th were the biggest.
Yeah.
And so he did 3 on the 25th.
He was a signing machine.
Yeah, the last one on the 25th. He had to take a break a few days.
He did.
A little bit.
He did.
Is on the economy. Okay. And this is brand new on the economy. Brand new executive order, not a reversal.
Okay.
Right.
We're good.
Strengthens Buy America rules by closing loopholes and reducing waivers granted on federal purchases of domestic goods.
Huh. The Buy America, not
not
BY, but BUY.
BUY America.
Strengthens a Buy
Buy
America.
America rules. The question I have here, what specific groups are you buying from in America?
And what loopholes are you?
What loopholes did you reduce or close?
Yeah.
Reduced waivers of.
Yeah.
Because if I remember Trump doing a Buy America thing. Yeah.
I do too. Yeah.
So
he did.
Wow, that's funny. Anyway,
a little weird.
26th. These next four are all on the 26th. All about equity.
Oh, good.
All of them are brand new.
Oh, good.
Brand new.
Fresh. Right off the printer. Here we go.
Exciting and new.
Oh, good Lord.
Right. The first one acknowledges the rise of discrimination against the Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders in the past year, directing the Department of Health and Human Services to consider issuing guidances for best practices to improve, quote, cultural competency, language access, and sensitivity towards the AAPIs.
You mean AARP?
No, AAPIs.
Oh.
In the federal government's COVID-19 response specifically, and directs the Department of Justice to partner with the AAPI. AAPI.
Oh. WKRP.
Asian American and Pacific Islanders.
There you go. Okay.
To prevent hate crimes and harassment of the Asian American and Pacific Islanders.
Different, and I'm going to pause on that just for that last part.
Sure,
and we'll
right.
So I know we live where we currently live. It's there's a bunch of small towns. There's not really a lot of Asians. Okay. I'm just curious. Is there anywhere else and anybody else in any part of the country? Have you been hearing about a rise in discrimination against Asians? Like
yes.
Specifically, have you watched the news? And seen...
actually, yes.
Really?
Yes, in college. Asians are treated as more white than white as far as getting into college.
No, but I'm talking about disparaging.
Yeah, they're treated as more white, which means they don't get the benefits of,
the hard work that they've been forced to put into their entire life.
Right. They literally have to have the best scores in the world or else they can't get into college because they're Asian.
Which it should really, it is difficult
because of equity.
But it's because their standard and their way of life, their culture demands them to be, borderline perfect.
Because equitability. So you have these people who have incredible scores, but if you're not better than the best Asian, as an Asian, you don't get into college because, well...
Asians can easily walk into
Asians
it because
can
of your
get
thing
so
anyway.
Asian gets good grade all the time, and we have to give all these other underprivileged people. So Asians are treated as privileged.
Now, I will admit that when the whole discrimination thing, I was thinking of it from the angle of like the complaint you hear about black people going, you just get pulled over, for no reason by a cop. Yeah. I'm thinking something
or
along
like
those
every
lines.
Asian, or like every Indian is a gas station clerk.
Yeah, that's the
Joe
kind of
Biden.
Yeah, exactly. That's the stuff I was thinking of, not coming from the angle of yours. But that's a good one too.
Mine is actually important.
No, you're right.
Aspect.
I hadn't thought about that.
That's actually an issue.
No, it is. I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah, that's the actual equity issue. Because you have these standards set to a certain degree to allow a quota of X amount of people, that X amount of people then push out some of the top performers because, well, we've already met our quota of amazing smart Asian.
It doesn't make sense, especially for somebody when you're, and I don't understand the inner workings of especially Ivy League types colleges, private colleges.
Yeah.
But the school is getting money from tuition from the students.
Right.
And they're being federally funded in a lot of cases. Okay?
Yeah.
So they're kind of getting money literally thrown at them from both sides, and you're going to take the time to argue and complain about, well, we can't have this person in here, that person in there?
Okay, here you go. We didn't start the slug.
Okay.
Over on the Twitters. Forget college. My Hmong friend just sat through a school board meeting where black parents were telling her cousin to shut up and sit down because Asians aren't any different than whites.
Wow. And, you know, again, I want to say that probably the reason why that association's been there is because
they actually worked their asses off.
Yeah, they hold to a standard. They have a bar that they must maintain and
as a
strive
family
for.
Unit.
Yes. The left, I mean, not the left, you know, actually, well, yeah, the left has convinced black people. They're working on the Latino community.
Trying to, yeah.
To try and say that, you know, it's the family isn't important. They're trying to break all of those standards up and say that they can't do anything without the government. And so far, it's been a success. And now that because the Asians aren't falling for it, and a lot of the white people aren't falling for it, or can't fall for it now because they've been so vilified, that you just kind of lucked out in that instance. That's just wow.
Yep.
Wow.
Okay, here's the next one.
Okay.
Now, brand new law. Remember, brand new laws. Brand new, or not laws, but brand new order. Recommits federal agencies to, quote, engage in regular, robust, and meaningful consultations with tribal governments. This came out after the tribal government said, hey, you guys are shitting on us for not allowing us to actually have the rights of our own land and telling us what we can do with it.
Yeah. Because he's trying to get in front of the backlash that was going to come, and it didn't work.
From the XO pipeline?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Another one. Equity. Brand new. Directs the Attorney General not to renew federal contracts with private prisons.
Why?
Because.
Oh, that's right. Because they want to have control of prisons.
Because that's equitable.
Yeah.
Yeah. The next one, once again, brand new, directs the Department of Housing and Urban Development, HUD, to review the Trump administration's regulatory action for their effects on fair housing and then take the necessary steps to comply with the Fair Housing Act.
What necessary steps?
And where did the Trump administration go wrong there?
I don't recall them messing with that, to be honest with you.
Actually, I didn't hear anything about HUD for the last 4 years.
Yeah, because
the last thing I heard about HUD was Ben Carson being put on it.
That's what I was going to say.
And apparently that was a good thing.
They stuck him in there, and that was it. And there was nothing.
We didn't hear anything about HUD.
Yeah, so I thought it was a good thing.
Yeah, if you don't hear about it in the news, obviously it's doing fine.
Yeah, no news is good news.
Right, especially when it comes to the government.
So what is he talking about?
I don't know.
It might be what it is. You know, it's working so well, we have to screw it up somehow, so that way we can feel like we're taking over and
doing the right thing.
We could justify, fixing it. Exactly.
We're fixing it.
Yeah.
Because it's worked.
Wow.
Now on the January 27th, these are 3 orders, all about the environment, all brand new.
Okay.
Okay. Charges the director of the Office of Science and Technology Policy. I didn't even know that we had.
I was going to say, I've never heard of that
Office of
before. The Office of Science and Technology Policy?
Yep. With responsibility for ensuring scientific integrity across all federal agencies.
Oh,
that's bringing back science.
That is the bringing back science.
Bringing back science.
And making sure that you follow through and accept that there's such a thing as climate change.
Science.
The part that bothers me actually about that title is the fact that they threw policy at the end. It's not even the Office of Science and Technology.
Science and Technology
Policy. That's terrifying.
That's a bureaucrat.
Wow.
That's not good.
Not good.
The next one reestablishes the President's Council of Advisors on Science and Technology.
I'm sorry. What?
It reestablishes the President's Council of Advisors.
So, but hold on. That's the relearning of the rediscovering of science.
Yeah.
But I thought the first one before that charging the Office of Science and Technology Policy with responsibility to ensuring scientific integrity across federal agencies. I thought that was the rediscovering science.
Well, I mean, it stacks.
Oh,
It's like a good passive effect.
ability.
Yeah, passive ability. It stacks.
Oh,
Yeah.
You're just hedging your bet, basically.
Right. You're doubling up.
Gotcha.
Doubling up, yeah.
Gotcha. So that's a +1 for a hit. Okay,
Right, yeah.
gotcha.
So instead of +1, you get a +2.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Get the old 1-2 in there.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next one
Oh, this is fascinating.
elevates climate change as an essential element of the U.S. foreign policy and national security, and kicks off development of new emission reduction targets, which will be announced by April 22nd.
Elevates climate change
Yeah.
as an essential element of
Yeah.
U.S. foreign policy
And national security.
and national. How?
Well,
Are you trying to tell me that
we're all going to die
Well, we are. That's inevitable. Everyone has an
of
expiration
climate
date.
change.
What? I thought everyone was dying of COVID. I'm confused. Which one is everyone dying from? Make up your mind, people.
I don't know.
Are you trying to tell me that the Al Qaeda and all them cats from ISIS is back again,
Yeah.
and they're coming at us with climate change? Oh,
Yeah, that's what it is.
wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how it works. On the 28th of January, this is a healthcare topic.
Okay.
It is a reversal. Okay. So this one is a reversal on the 28th.
Okay.
It rescinds the Mexico City policy,
Okay.
which a ban on U.S. government funding for foreign nonprofits that perform and promote abortions.
So hold on. So let me make this clear for the dummy people like me.
Yeah.
The laymen or
You want to make sure that it's
Yeah, so basically,
Crystal.
yeah, it's just so no miscommunication, no misunderstandings.
Yep.
They're actually not satisfied enough with the slaughter of unborn children in our country.
Yeah, right.
That we have to go now
To
on
Mexico City.
on a tour,
Yeah, a tour.
on a baby killing tour.
Yes.
to promote it.
Tour of abortion.
Ah,
The tour abor.
Say Abortator 2021.
Yeah.
Okay,
Abortator.
Abortator 2021.
Abort et tour.
Which is ironic, which is weird because that's French and they're going to Mexico. That's
City, yeah. Well, I mean, it's called the Mexico City policy, but
that's obscenely racist
I know.
because they're not really going to just Mexico.
All right, it's everywhere.
That's racist.
You racist bastards. So yeah, we're now funding. Our government is now once again funding abortions across the world.
Because, these impoverished nations need to have the ability to kill babies when they want to.
Yes,
How dare they be saddled with
I know.
having children when
Of
they
their
can't
own.
afford to, or they don't even have jobs to maintain to feed themselves?
I mean, if you are in the middle of Mexico City,
okay.
there's obviously no jobs there because it's all ran by, the cartel.
Yeah, but the cartels promotes jobs.
That's true. But it's usually
It's slave labor, and you don't
usually
really.
slave labor and drug running.
Yeah, and you usually don't get a lot of benefits out of it. There's
No,
a
no
lot of
healthcare.
The healthcare benefit package is atrocious.
I'll tell you what, man.
The upside to it, though, is that healthcare plan does cover the entire family.
Accidental death and dismemberment is definitely covered.
It is.
Yeah.
Almost, one might say promoted.
Yeah, but it's double the price there.
I know.
Double
Double your pleasure and double your fun.
That's the statement of a great man.
Wow.
With Mexico City's double mint gum.
Oh, good.
On the 28th as well. Healthcare, brand new policy.
Oh, good. I'm excited now.
I know,
Please
right?
be actually something new. I'm ready.
It's to reopen enrollment on the healthcare.gov website from February 15th through May 15th and direct federal agencies to re-examine policies that may reduce or undermine access to the Affordable Care Act.
I thought you said this was new.
It is new. It's not it's a new executive order.
You keep saying it's new, though.
But it is a new executive order.
You keep using the word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
It's not new.
I mean, I'm
to
not the one
reopen something is not new.
Yes, I understand that.
That is to
But
take
do you
something
understand
old.
But there was never an executive order for it. There was never an executive. It's a new order.
Like on a new world? Oh, well, never mind.
No, like
I'm reaching too far.
No, it's like you got a menu in front of you.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And yesterday you ordered,
Burger with fries?
a burger with fries.
Okay.
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 And you got your burger with fries, right?
Huh?
Okay. Today, you also ordered burger with fries, but it's a new order.
A new one.
It's a new order because it's
not
different day.
It's a turkey burger now, not hamburger.
No. It's the same burger.
It's the same one.
Same burger, but it's not the same because it's a different patty of meat and different bun because you ate the other ones.
No, it's all the same to me.
You understand what I mean?
It's all the same.
It's not the same, but it is the same because
I got it.
it's similar.
So they're going to open back up healthcare.gov.
Yep.
The best website to ever hit
The thing that
internet.
crashed all the time
With all that money invested.
and never did a thing. Like you couldn't enroll on the thing and nobody could pay for the junk there.
I just had a thought.
What?
And again, not conspiracy. This is just an idea.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
I have had this feeling with the whole giving the stimulus money back. Eventually,
right.
we're going to have to pay for it.
Yes. Healthcare.gov.
What if,
We're forced to jump on that.
not just forced, what if he implements the mandate again? Where everyone has to have insurance of one way or another, and if you don't, you get fined?
You mean the mandate that's been considered now
Dead?
unconstitutional?
That is actually being set right here, that he says to re-examine policies that may reduce or undermine the access to the Affordable Care Act.
Right.
That one?
That one.
What if it turns around and somehow gets to be reinstated again?
Oh yeah, because of judicial activism.
And because people are then going to be forced to pay back money that they've been receiving to have insurance that they're not supposed to have. It's just something that hit me.
Yep.
Just thought about it.
Yep. Okay, I've got 3 more. Okay?
Yeah, and you got 2
I've got
minutes.
2 minutes and 3 more, so let's not quell over this.
Let's go.
February 2nd, okay? Immigration policy. This is a reversal.
Okay.
Okay, the last 3 are reversals, all on immigration, all February 2nd. The first one rescinds Trump's memo requiring immigrants to repay the government. Mm-hmm. It's a memo.
A memo.
A memo.
Okay.
So it rescinds his memo,
Okay.
which was saying that they would have to repay the government if they received public benefits, which actually makes sense because if you receive public benefits and you're illegal, it makes sense that you have to pay it back.
Yeah, because
it
you
also
don't deserve it.
reestablishes a task force on new Americans, requiring agencies to review immigration and regulatory policies. The next one aims to address economic and political causes of migration.
You mean offering jobs and literally everything that he it's there. It's there.
Works with organizations and provides protections to asylum seekers and assures the Central American asylum seekers that have legal access to the United States, rescinds Trump administration's policies and guidelines, and also initiates a review of policies that, quote, have effectively closed the U.S. borders to asylum seekers. And also, the next one, the last one so far, revokes Trump's order justifying separating families, which wasn't Trump's order.
No, that was Biden.
That was
Obama.
That was Obama.
The wrong O.
That was Obama's.
Obama.
Actually, that was also Bush. That was also
Clinton.
Clinton. But it was mainly Obama.
Mm-hmm.
That was an Obama order.
Yeah.
Okay. Families at the border and creating task forces to recommend steps to Biden to reunite families.
Oh, God. I want to cry.
That's it so far.
I want to cry. That's just as of today.
That's as of today. He did this today. That's the second. Today's the second, right?
Yes.
We're in the second, so today's the second.
Yep.
So
For another couple more
those
hours.
3 orders were put in today. Today, Sonny.
At least he was busy.
No, he's
He had
not.
something to
he
do.
didn't even write these. These have literally been sitting on a shelf.
I know. Just waiting for the right man to appear at the right moment.
To sign them, yes.
Oh.
Golly, guys. Okay.
I'm glad it's over with because
Yeah.
it literally took 3 segments to get through.
2.5.
That's how bad this was.
God.
The upside to it is when we come back,
We have other stories.
actually good stuff.
We have.
Well, they're not. It's not good. It's not.
But different.
But
different?
better. Maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know. We'll have to see. I don't know.
I am not teasing the AI.
Yes, you were.
No, I'm
You
not.
so were.
What did I tease you with?
You did.
What did I do?
Really?
What did I do?
Not letting me say what I need to say.
Because I'm trying to get done with this.
I know. Because we couldn't hold that over again. Again, you needed to know this stuff. Like, most people have not taken the time to actually look or hear anything about it.
None of them.
So I'm just saying.
If you don't know it, don't talk about it.
Yeah.
If you haven't read them, don't talk about it.
Yeah.
Like if you're just going with the piece to piece, whatever you bite of news that you get from passing by the TVs telling you that this is what it is,
Yeah.
don't talk about it.
Yeah. At least no, because like I said, it was more than just God, that hurts.
It hurt.
And that's all of that was done in the first week, 2 weeks of being in office.
No, week and a half. Yeah,
Like
we're not even 2 weeks
that's what I'm
standard
saying.
here. Yeah,
Yeah. Can you imagine? We still have 2 more years, guys, or 4 more years.
Oh God.
3 years, 11 months, and 2 weeks.
Yeah, right.
Damn it.
Well, he's not going to last, but then again, whoever comes in behind him.
You.
Glad I gave you that image.
Ew. Why, Joe?
By Joe, I think I have it.
And he got it all right. He's like to give it away.
Give it away now.
Give it away now.
Oh, God.
Good times. At least we won't be wanting for stories and
This is Defenders Live.
outstanding.
I know, right?
Good times, great oldies. 1099 the front. No, I'm kidding. Not even going to do that. So,
Yeah,
you know, we are living in a world.
we are. That's right. We are definitely in a world.
I figured out that
In a world. In a world where everything is racist, one man
has got a pen and makes everything even. No.
Yeah.
So we are living in strange times.
Yeah. Well, yes.
Yes,
I completely.
I'm not
agree.
going to go so far as like everybody else does and go, we're in the end times. The Lord is on his way. Well, I'm not doing that.
No.
I mean, it could be, but I'm not doing that. This is still just very weird times. And I'm hoping that, you know, something happens and we as a people kind of
break
come
it.
together and,
Yeah.
and kind of go, wow, we're being stupid. And fix ourselves.
Well, you know, you got to dare to be stupid.
You do, and there's a time to be stupid.
Yes.
We've unfortunately have come to a point where people
It's
think it's
all
all the
the time.
time. Yeah, it's an everyday thing.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, if you're not acting stupid, then
People are wrong.
you're the stupid one.
Yeah, you're the wrong one.
And you know that pendulum has swung the other way.
Mm-hmm. You're being sensical?
Yeah.
Dummy.
What is this common sense thing you speak? We can't call it common sense anymore.
Right. It's uncommon.
Yeah, we have to call it uncommon sense now.
Yes.
Literally.
Yeah.
Anyway, San Francisco public schools. God bless San Francisco.
California.
You
You be you, boo-boo.
mixed up, confused bubble of
Whatever.
I can't even think of anything.
Things.
Because, I go back to the whole, if you can't say something nice, don't say nothing at all. And so
Right.
I'm trying to think of something nice and I can't.
Nope.
So
Yep.
San Francisco public schools have been making some pretty negative national headlines as of late.
You don't say.
I do say. Well, I'm not saying this. Article says last week, Mayor London Breed blasted the school board for having a plan to rename schools that have been named after historical figures associated with, quote, slavery, genocide, colonization, exploration, and oppression, but not having a plan to reopen said schools. So they want to go through all the rigmarole of changing names because God knows that we can't take
These broken
history.
wings.
No, yeah, right. Wow, throw me off. But we can't take these people and actually use them as examples of what not to do.
Yeah.
Even if they weren't bad people, they just happen to be living in a time that
Something was
that was the norm.
Yeah, that was the night. You can't. Okay, once again, you can't base history off of your current understanding of society.
No, that's okay. Here's what I've always wondered: why is it that people in America, the left, the progressives, all these weird people like that, are so hell bent on vilifying anybody who was even living, whether they were part of it or not, vilifying anything having to do with, say, slavery.
Ever.
Okay, the mistreatment of people, of women, not being able to right to vote, blah, blah, all these things.
Yep. Because
In the past, but currently want to saddle up best buddies and send money for gender studies to countries like Iran,
who are literally
who practice the exact same thing that we are trying to pretend never happened here. Like everything in Iran, all that stuff, that's happening now. That is today. Today, they actively throw gay people off of buildings.
yeah.
Today, they are actively keeping their women not allowed to drive, can't have, go anywhere without a man, their husband being there with them. Have all of these restrictions, all of these constraints. I don't know what the other word to use.
Today, there is still the practice of slavery, especially for sex.
Nobody says anything about any of that. That's going on now. We're okay with that. We turn a blind eye to that. But we can't use what we've learned in the past or take people for who they actually are in that moment. We have to lump them into this thing. How dare the exploration thing. The exploration thing, that they're touching on that as goes back to Christopher Columbus. How dare he come here and claim the land when there was indigenous peoples living here?
First of all, he didn't get that far to San Francisco, so shut the F up.
Okay, that's true too. But let's be honest, okay? You have to look at this. And we don't know exactly what happened
Right.
when he got here.
True.
Okay.
We don't have the exact play-by-play. We don't have the play-by-play.
No, we don't. We have
An idea.
and there is some truth to it. History is written
Yep.
to a degree by the winners.
Yep.
So they obviously won. They wrote the story. Okay.
Right. Yeah. So you get at least one perspective.
So you get one perspective of it. We don't know the exacts. But let's be honest. We couldn't be here now with the freedom, and I use that term loosely, but the freedom to have the ability to change history, to change the world, and for the better. And instead of actually taking advantage of that, we're looking at the very guy who was able to get us here. Because if it wasn't for him making that wrong turn, going the
in
wrong way.
Albuquerque.
Yes, being a horrible navigator and knowing where the hell he was going.
I'm going to the Indies.
Yes, that
You're wrong.
wrong way, Cap. And then
I'm going to find a way.
yeah, I'm gonna find a way there and not make it there. Anyway,
Missed.
y'all by a lot. We're not taking advantage of the fact that if he hadn't have found it, we would all still be under a monarchy. Somewhere we would not have near the freedoms or near the liberties or near anything that we have currently.
Yep.
And nobody's taking that moment and go, yes, that was a wrong way of doing things, but at least we're here. So let's turn around and take that bad situation, slavery or whatever, and make it into a good thing. Let's work together to make it a good thing. We can't do that. And it irritates the piss out of me.
Well, they also continued on.
Yeah, they do.
They said, that they also did things like what?
They turn around. The San Francisco public school teacher faced heavy criticism for her Monday op-ed saying that the far left U.S. Senator Bernie Sanders in mittens at the President Joe Biden's inauguration embodies, quote, white privilege, male privilege, and class privilege, end quote.
Because he's an old, rich, white man. In mittens. In mittens that were made by a company that is going bankrupt because of the policies that he put in place.
But you know what's funny is I know for a fact a lot of those mittens are being remade and knit by people who do knitting and stuff.
Like in Etsy?
It's popping up, yeah.
Yeah, Etsy, yeah.
Yeah.
Those exact mittens because they were like, oh, this is hilarious.
This is so good. But again, so yeah, I get all that part of it. But because he had mittens, is that why it embodies white privilege? Are you trying to say that only white people are able to have mittens?
It's just because he's an old white guy with mittens.
But he's just sitting there in a chair with mittens.
Surveying the landscape, as it were.
He looks
like a king.
He looks bitter.
He is bitter.
Like, I'm just as old as him. Why didn't I get the gig?
Exactly. He is
not
bitter.
Fair.
Yes. Well, that's not the only thing though.
No, it's not.
The only thing.
And now the district's arts department.
Yep.
Because we know, God knows, art is important.
Oh, so important.
Is getting into the act and taking the radical step of dropping its acronym name, VAPA, which stands for Visual and Performing Arts, and just changing it entirely.
Why?
Well, the station said that the director of the arts department wrote in a memo that, quote, acronyms are a symptom of white supremacy culture, end quote.
So, are you saying that they're calling Joe Biden a white supremacist? Because he used acronyms in his executive orders.
Well, it can't be that. Because
No, he used acronyms in his executive orders, remember?
he didn't write them, remember?
The AAPI.
He didn't write them.
He
didn't write it.
AAPI, he signed them.
Quote,
He signed
quote, the use of so many acronyms within the educational field oftentimes tends to alienate those who don't speak English to understand those acronyms. And that is according to the department director, Sam Bass, who told KGO News. Look at him in his little red sweater. Isn't he
Hey
cute?
there, neighbor.
He does. He looks like
He wants to be.
if Mr. Rogers was a true progressive, and he might have been, but if he was a straight up progressive, you know
want
social justice warrior.
You want to know what they're going to call it now?
I know what they're going to call it. Are y'all ready for what they're going to call this?
Oh my gosh.
Okay. Now remember.
Yep.
Remember.
They don't want acronyms.
They do not want an acronym because that's white supremacy culture.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
So the new name
Yep.
is going to be the SFUSD Arts Department.
Sorry, what?
SFUSD. SFUSD Arts Department.
San Francisco
University of whatever the hell the SD, I can't remember what the SD part was. Arts Department. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's an acronym.
Still, Bass told the station that, quote, it's a very simple step we can take to just be referred to as SFUSD Arts Department for families to better understand who we are.
Well, wait, hold on. Originally, it was VAPA.
The Visual and Art and Performing Arts. Yeah.
They actually used A.
Yeah.
It should have just been the VPA.
Yeah, but
VAPA,
which is an acronym.
right?
Because
Visual and Performing Arts.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Campus.
Yes.
Basically, the VAPA campus.
Mm-hmm. Which is, there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
And that's simple and easy to do. Now it's the SFUSD.
Which, by the way, is such a freaking it's a
cumbersome.
It's a mouthful.
It is. The anti-acronym thing is based on a 1999 paper by Tima Oken titled, quote, White Supremacy Culture, end quote. KGO said, adding that Oken...
Acronym.
What? KGO? No, it's not an acronym. It would be an acronym if it was KGO. That would be the acronym.
Well, the acronym is KGO.
No, the acronym is KGO.
Well, it is.
The abbreviation is KGO. And actually, those are call signs for a station, so that's a little bit different. Okay? The acronym is when you can read it as something.
It's technically still the same thing.
Tomato, tomato. Adding that Oken told the station that, quote, our culture perpetuates racism when things continue to be written down in a certain way.
I think this Tima Okun is a little bit high up on themselves.
Just a tad?
Just a bit.
Just a tad.
Just a hair.
Mm-hmm.
So it's systematic when it keeps getting written down the same way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's systematic.
It is. Isn't it fun?
It's just, yeah.
I'm just saying, because we have nothing else to worry about.
Peekapoo wants to correct you.
Because we get along so well. Why? What did I do now?
He Peekapoo over on the Twitter. It's acronym, Dylan, not an acronym.
No.
Hashtag Dylanisms.
No. When you say it, it is an acronym.
No, it is an acronym.
That's what I said. It's an acronym.
Thank you. You fixed it this time.
I said it the same way last time.
You did
Yeah,
not.
I did.
No, roll back the tape.
It's
Roll.
an acronym.
You just did it again.
No,
You
it's an acronym.
No, you just did it again. An acronym.
That's what I said. It's an acronym.
No. No, you missed it. You just,
I didn't miss it. I know what I'm
just
doing.
skipped right over it right there.
No,
You
I
just
didn't.
Jumping
I know
the
what
shark
I'm doing.
here.
No, whatever.
Yes.
It's a shark. I know what it's a
You
shark.
want to get away from the shark.
I don't want to be anywhere near a shark.
Right.
Just saying.
Let me ask you a question.
Sure.
Do you like being a hippie?
Yes, because anyone who knows me and has seen me knows I am total hippie material. Everything from my clothes to my hairstyle, facial features, food that I eat, music I listen to, things that I do.
I saw this article and I had to bring it up. Spencer Clavin. This is obviously. This is obviously an editorial. It's Spencer Clavin. It's the son of Andrew Clavin.
Just so we're clear, I want to clear this up.
Yeah.
To further answer your question, those of you that are listening on the radio or on the podcast,
He has a shaggy beard, though.
I am literally the epitome of a hippie.
Right. Yes.
If you looked up hippie in the dictionary or Googled it or whatever,
You'd look like
my face would pop up.
You'd look like it for sure.
I mean, you know.
Biker hippie.
Look, just because I am wearing comfy shoes tonight and kick them off because my back hurts,
Scraggly beard, and you want to grow out your hair.
I am growing. Yeah, total hippie.
Total hip.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, forget the fact that I work 2 jobs and take care of 5 kids and, you know.
B from the SAV. 30-second commercial made. Well done, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, bud.
Thank you.
Talking about the acronym.
Oh, no.
An acronym.
I know.
Uh-huh.
Abbott Costello ain't got nothing on us.
I know. Sometimes.
I know they don't.
Yeah, no, this is an article. It's called Don't Be Like the Hippies from Spencer Clavin, son of Andrew Clavin.
I feel like this should be a song.
Well, you know, he does use the Beatles' Strawberry Fields Forever. Ugh. You know, so... Anyway, I'm gonna skip that first one because that's just a woof.
You don't want to talk about Sgt. Pepper's?
No, and a Lonely Hearts Club Band. No, not really. The disastrous consequences of the hippie movement, as well known among conservatives, radically decoupling sex from commitment, has left women depressed in record numbers and men at the mercy of their worst impulses. The extravagant failures of that generation are carefully recorded by Helen Andrews in her new book, Boomers. It's not my intention to rehash them at length. What I keep thinking about these days, instead, is the perceived state of affairs that the hippies were reacting against. I think we have more in common with them than we might like to admit in that regard. But we can learn from their mistakes.
We can.
We can.
I don't know, because nobody's learning from anybody's mistakes. That's the problem. We don't learn from our mistakes or anybody else's. We whitewash it. We
true.
forget it. We scrub it clean and we pretend it never happened.
Right. Actually, it's a 20-minute read, okay? It goes over, the issues in the past with the Vietnam War, things that they overcame when they were during the hippie movement, Lee Harvey Oswald, the overdosing on rebellion and all the rest of it, back and forth.
Sergeant Pepper's again.
Yeah, Sergeant Pepper's again, twice over, twice removed. Talking about the juxtaposition between that and Wall Street and Epstein and all the rest of it. It's a really well thought out piece. I recommend you go read it. I just really wanted to point out that Dylan looks like a hippie.
I do.
Sometimes.
Again,
sometimes.
The epitome of a hippie. It is I.
I just wanted to point that out. It's really well read. It's from the Daily Wire.
Oh, I forgot. And I actually bathe.
Oh, yeah, you do. And you don't smell like patchouli.
No, I don't. I don't. I'm not a fan of weed.
No.
And not for like some higher above thing. It was never my drug of choice. I never liked it. I didn't like the way it made me felt.
True.
So I said, nay, never
Not this.
again.
Right.
So yeah, no, I'm
the epitome.
I'm telling you.
Perfect.
You put me in a
representation.
group with a whole bunch of other hippies. I'm literally, it's like a really bad Where's Waldo, except for Waldo is not able, he's not even in the picture because you can't tell the difference.
That's right.
I blend right. Chameleon is what I would be.
Yes.
I would weave in and out among them and they would never even sense my presence.
Perfect
because
camouflage.
Perfect. Nobody knows.
Right. But you.
Yeah. I might even be so convinced by my own camouflage that I may forget
that you're not.
That I'm not, but I am.
Except for the fact that you're sober. Also not 65.
Attempting coherent thought.
And
dabbling in uncommon sense.
Right. Those things. But anyway.
Mm-hmm.
On to the next. So, that Jeff Bezos guy.
We lost. It's a tragic.
It's tragic.
It's a sad day right now.
Yeah, it's very sad. Very, very sad.
We have to do this announcement, and I wasn't ready for this. I don't have a tissue. I don't have a handkerchief.
Okay, hold on.
I might cry over this.
I can at least
because this is sad. You didn't hit the button.
I did hit the button. It just
no,
didn't kick over.
There you go.
I hit it. It just didn't.
No, it dragged.
Anyway,
I watched it.
It's gonna go.
It's gonna make me cry,
and
I don't know if I can handle it.
I think you can. But
are you sure?
Yes. So please, and 3.
All right,
2.
Go ahead. Just rip the Band-Aid off.
Amazon's founder and CEO, Jeff Bezos, announced Tuesday that he will step away from his role as chief executive of the company he launched 30 years ago.
So we've lost him.
In order to focus on his other passions.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
In an email to Amazon's 1.3 million employees, Jeff Bezos, 57, explained that he would transition.
Oh, dear God, no. I knew it. That bald head. I knew he was working on something. He's transitioning
to the executive chair of the firm's board.
Oh. Wow.
And Andy Jassy.
Talk about egg on my face.
I know. Andy Jassy, the head of Amazon Web Services.
Not Andy.
Andy will take over as the brand new CEO. Quote.
So he's not going to be, assistant to the CEO.
He's just going to be
the CEO. Okay.
As much as I still tap dance in the office.
Whoa. Are you sure he's not transitioning?
I'm excited about this transition. Millions of customers depend on us for our services, and more than millions of employees depend on us for their livelihood.
So we've lost him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I can take it.
I know.
We know why he's actually going, right?
No, I have no idea.
I have a couple of guesses.
Because he doesn't want the finger pointed at him when everything goes to shit and everything is owned by Amazon.
Kind of what I'm thinking, yeah. Basically what it is when things start to fall apart and they start pointing at these rich, because that's what it is. He's tired of being one of the guys that's targeted for being a success, for taking an idea and thanks to capitalism, albeit cronyism in this sense, but still
a little bit.
He's been able to grow a business from literally nothing to one of, if not the single largest business in the country, nay, the world.
True.
And again, I don't know all the facts. If he's not the top, he's
close.
The top.
He's close.
He's way up there. Okay. And I don't blame him.
I think his ex-wife cut him in half.
Yeah, possibly. But still, I would get tired of being the target of everybody else's crap, because the media and the way politics are being ran, bureaucracies have been spun to make him look like a villain. I'd step down too.
Yeah, I mean, Amazon is a $1.7 trillion firm.
See, right there. People, especially people who don't know, don't look, dare I say ignorant people, people who choose to not make themselves intelligent, choose to not learn, to not take it upon themselves to do homework and research on their own, will see that one line, that one sentence by itself that says Amazon is a $1.7 trillion firm, period, and go, Bezos is filthy, stinking rich and doesn't deserve that $1.7 trillion.
Now, Bezos is filthy rich.
He is.
But he's not $1.7 trillion rich.
No.
He's
up there, but he's
worth $188 billion.
Still. I mean, if you break that in, if you fraction that out,
he's second behind Elon Musk.
Yeah. Which
second.
But it's also, again, the biggest company probably the world has ever seen.
The biggest distribution company out there now.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah, this again, if you could take the 1.7 trillion and break it down into a level of normal people, like say a $17,000. That's what, again, and correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
But out of the $17 trillion, that means he would actually, instead of 17 trillion of a firm and worth only $188 billion.
Yeah.
$17,000 a year firm.
He gets
$188.
Yeah. That's what it is.
When you break it into that, and again, yes, billion, trillion, blah, blah, it's
but
all.
Out of the percentage wise, he's not.
But yeah, the percentage is still the same.
And that's his overall worth.
And that's counting the business, that's counting assets, that's counting real estate.
That's all personal assets, real estate, investments,
again,
etc.
That's not
his
liquid.
Cash on hand.
Yeah, that's not liquid. That's just assets.
That's like his total net worth.
But people don't look at that.
No.
And again, I don't blame him. When you have that kind of a
delineation.
Yeah, there you go. Wow, $5 word for you. Holy smokes.
Thank you, bud.
When it's like that, you can't blame the guy for. And again, he just started it. He didn't know it was going to be this successful.
But it's 30 years.
Yeah, 30 years in the making.
That's where you need to focus.
Yeah.
He took 30 years to build this.
Yeah.
30. He was not successful overnight. He was not. No. 30 years.
Amazon, and correct me if I'm wrong, I was never big into it, but Amazon has been around, like you said, for 30 years. But it's high. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's everything services, the food, the products, all that stuff outside of books. Right. That's only been 15 years, maybe?
Yeah, something
maybe?
Like that. The everything service has only been in the last 10.
10 to 15. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's been a very short time. Up to that point, like you said, it's been books.
It was like, first it was used books.
Used books.
And then it was used and new books. And then it was music.
And then online books, ebooks. And then like he just slowly added things to it to become literally the catch-all. Amazon now is where people go to Amazon like people go to Google.
Like people go to Walmart.
Well, I was going to say, no, like Google.
Yeah, you go to Amazon to
like
go
most people, especially thanks to the Wu-Tang Clap being the way it is.
You go there like Google.
Everybody goes to Amazon for everything. We check that first. It's going to be cheaper. Aside
they
from...
always have more competition on the site than they do anywhere else.
Yeah. You find what you want almost for the prices that you want to pay for it at. And as long as the mail runs like it's supposed to,
or they have a shipment delivery to your area,
yeah, you'll get it in. You get it in a decent amount of time.
either in the next hour or in the next 2 days.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
That's amazing. And like I said, I mean, that's a benefit to everybody. But people don't want to look at the benefit that they got out of that. Now they want to complain and go, oh, he's got $188 billion.
And trust
Why do we have it?
We are not defending Bezos.
Nah, there's a lot about him that's kind of douchey.
Yeah. We're not defending Bezos. But the company that he built,
I completely understand him
even
stepping
though
down.
it is scary in its scope, in its connections, and how it's intertwined with everything,
Yeah.
man, is it a tribute to how to build something from
But hard
nothing.
work and determination can do.
Yeah.
Just saying. The example of it.
to lead.
It's fantastic.
Oh,
So there we go. That's it for the show.
I know,
Go
right?
to mojo50.com. Check out everything going on over there, all the other awesome hosts and shows. So many cool things coming up, a lot of really cool ideas. Love it, love it, love it. You will too. Go to AmericanPrideRoasters.com. Those cats are the guys who are keeping us fueled up for the show.
it powers us.
Keeping in every way, shape, form, or fashion. AmericanPrideRoasters.com. Historically great coffee. Guaranteed to make you swallow every mouthful.
Oh, yeah.
Go to our website, doaeshow.com. Look at all the archives. Check out the
Become a defender with us.
Become a Defender with us. Look at the shop over there. Follow us on all the social medias at DOAE Show. Use the hashtag ArmYourselves. Like, share, subscribe, all that fun jazz. Spread it around.
Oh, and share those Dylanisms.
Please. Apparently it's becoming a thing. Guys, we'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye.